Xposed Framework is a great way to get custom ROM type features on stock Android. So for example, if you wanted a feature that lets you double tap on the status bar to sleep the device, instead of installing a custom ROM, you could get this feature just by installing an Xposed module. To do that, we're going to need to download 3 different files. If you look down in the description below, you're going to see a link to the full tutorial for this guide. You'll want to click that link, and then that page will give you the link to all 3 of the Xposed files that we need. So we're going to need to download the Xposed Framework APK. We're going to need to download the 64-bit installer, and we're going to need to download the 64-bit uninstaller. So we have the uninstaller, then we have the installer, and then we have the Xposed APK. Once you have those files downloaded, go ahead and move them to the OnePlus 3 if you need to. And you're also going to want to have a file explorer. I recommend Solid Explorer, but any file explorer will do. You're also going to need to launch the settings application. Tap on the security and fingerprint option, and then make sure you have the unknown sources toggle enabled. When you enable it, you'll get a prompt, a little warning. You can just tap on OK. Once all of that is done, we're going to go ahead and reboot the OnePlus 3 into recovery mode. You will have to have the bootloader unlocked so that you can install twerp as the custom recovery. And you will need to go ahead and have root access to your OnePlus 3 as well. While you're in twerp, I recommend to go ahead and create a recent backup. Just in case something goes wrong, you'll always have the ability to restore from a very recent backup. Once your backup has been made, you can go back to the main menu and tap on the install button. And then we're going to need to tap on the installer, the ARM64 installer, which is this one at the bottom. Once you have tapped that, just swipe the white arrows to the right. It's going to install, and then we can go ahead and wipe the cache and Dalvik. Then tap on the Reboot System button. Now half of the tutorial is done. We're going to need to launch the File Explorer. This first boot process will take extra time, as you can see. That is normal, so no need to panic. And since we wiped the cache partition, we're going to go through this optimizing phase as well. You can probably get away with not wiping the cache in Dalvik. It's just something that I always do out of habit anytime I make major changes to Android like this. Thankfully, you won't have to go through this long boot process every time you reboot. It's not that Xposed has made this boot process longer than normal. It's just the actual installation of Xposed. And once the optimizing apps phase is done, it's going to take us back into the Android operating system. As mentioned, now is the time we need to launch Solid Explorer. Then we're going to tap on the Xposed Installer APK file. We just want to install it as an application. Tap on Install. The app has installed. You can either tap Done or you can tap Open. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to show you. This is the application for Xposed Framework. You'll just want to tap it to launch. And as you can see, Xposed Framework version 86 is now active.